Michael, the weekend's finally here. Tell us what we need to know as we're bracing for cold temperatures.
Yes, cold temperatures for sure. Those are already starting to build into our area. Temperatures fall throughout the day. Rain coverage increases, changing over to a wintry mix overnight, and that causes those icy spots on the roadways. First alert weather days in place for your Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday. We have the wintry precipitation late tonight, all day Saturday and early Sunday, and then by Sunday morning and Monday morning, we have the extreme cold that sets in across our area. We'll see feels like temperatures as cold as 10 degrees below zero. Some locations may get even colder than that. Let's break down the timing and the reason for these first alert weather days. For today, we have a cold rain during the daytime. The roads ice over later on tonight. For your Saturday, we see ice and sleet falling in two waves, covering those roadways, and that will turn to ice on those roadways into your Sunday morning. By Sunday, we see the precip gradually tapering off as snow for some of our area. Latest model runs have been trending a little bit less on the snow, at least in DFW, and we see those roads will be covered and it will be very cold across our area. So just keep that in mind. We see some big changes on the way. What I want you to take away from this forecast is you really shouldn't travel this weekend. Wherever you plan on being for this weekend, get there by tonight, as you will start to see conditions rapidly deteriorate as you move ahead into this weekend. Let's break down the forecast. I'm diving right into it. Winter storm warning into effect across all of our area beginning tonight, continuing till midday Sunday. As far as how much snow or ice and sleet we're expecting, 1/4 of an inch of ice to 1/2 of an inch of ice. There will be a heavier band of freezing rain that sets up. Very hard to predict exactly where that will be. But as of right now, it looks to be east of our area, east of the Metroplex at least, where some locations may pick up 3/4 of an inch of ice. As far as how much sleet we're going to be expecting, 1 to 3 inches, which is problematic because it's going to sit on those roadways, not going to go anywhere, and it will change over to ice as you move ahead into Sunday. That's why traveling is not recommended. Let's talk about the timing of when we'll see that change over to a wintry mix. 9 o'clock to midnight for our Red River counties. 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. across the Metroplex. Could be a little bit sooner. Just keep that in mind. Plan for it to be icy from this evening and onwards. And then for areas out to the south, we will see that changeover likely by the early morning hours of tomorrow. Well to our south, we'll see that into tomorrow as well. Let's talk models. Here's our futurecast. By this afternoon, we're seeing a cold rain. It's going to be on the windier side as well. Kind of a raw afternoon and a raw feel across the area. There is a chance we could see that wintry mix start to take over a little bit sooner for areas north and west of the Metroplex. And even into this evening, we could start to see that. Here's 7 o'clock for tonight. You probably shouldn't be traveling up to the Red River later on tonight. But if you are, prepare for it to be icy. We'll start to see the temperatures fall, the Arctic air building in, and then we will start to see again that wintry mix take over. That's the case for tomorrow morning. This is our graph model. Look at the ice accumulations by Saturday midday. 1/4 of an inch of ice, not much snow across the area. I think if we see snow, it's mainly across our Red River area as well. By 7 o'clock Saturday night, round 2 of the sleet building in, and it on goes until about early morning hours of Sunday. I think by the early morning hours of Sunday sunrise, it pushes out of our area. We could see a few flurries, but when all is said and done, this forecast model gives us about just less than 1/2 of an inch of ice, and we could see a few inches of snow across portions of our area. Once we move ahead into the second half of Sunday and even Sunday morning, we do see the dangerous cold across the area. That's another aspect of this system as the Arctic air builds in. We have an extreme cold warning that begins as we move ahead into the second half of Saturday into midday Monday. Wind chills anywhere from 0 to 12 below zero. So again, dangerous cold will be on the way. And this is why travel is not going to be recommended. We're going to stay below freezing from late Friday all the way until Tuesday. That's 75 plus hours below freezing. Take a look at some of these morning temperatures. Sunday morning, 13 degrees, 7 degrees by Monday morning. But here's what it feels like once you factor in those winds. Feeling like 3 degrees below zero on Sunday, feels like 9 degrees below zero by Monday. Your first alert 7-day forecast. Pay close attention. We'll be here all weekend, keeping you informed all day Saturday and as well as into the Sunday time frame. By Monday morning, we're only into the single digits.